Hi, and welcome back. I'm Melissa. I'm here at Brooks headquarters in Seattle, Washington, and I work on the social media team. If you're just joining us for the first time this week, please make sure to say hello in the comments, or if you've been tuning in every single time, it's great to see where you're at and give us a hello and where you're watching from. Like I said, I'm here in Seattle at the Brooks Trailhead store. Today we're going to go through the last experience from our Run Signature campaign. Run Signature, as some of you may know, is our new fitting philosophy here at Brooks that says no matter how you run, we have the perfect shoe for you. So if you're a neutral or a support shoe, you can run. We have the perfect shoe for you no matter the category. And the categories that we have in our Run Signature philosophy are cushion, Energize, connect, and speed. So if you remember, over the past 3 weeks, we've kind of gone through each of the categories individually. And today we have our last category, which is Energize. And again, if you're just joining, say hello. I can see the number counts going up, so thanks for joining. We're going to go ahead and bring on our expert today, Bennett, who's going to talk to us about Energize. Bennett, why don't you join? Say hello.
Hi, everybody.
This is Bennett.
Thanks for being with us. It's going to be a blast today.
Oh, look, we got a like.
Woo!
Yeah, they come in. Bennett, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do here at Brooks?
Yeah, so I am a footwear product line manager. What that means is I get to kind of cook up what we're doing in the future. I work with engineers, I work with designers, I talk to runners on a daily basis and really get to know what it is they're looking for, what they want out of their running shoe, and then I get to brainstorm and make it come to life.
Awesome. Hi, Becky. Hi. There you go. Bennett, how long have you been working at Brooks?
So I've been at Brooks for 5+ years. I actually started in customer service, so I had a really cool upbringing here at Brooks where I got to really communicate with runners every day and really learn about what it is they're looking for in shoes. And now I get to apply that to creating their shoes and hopefully make them happy and be excited about what we're running in.
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like that would be really helpful.
Yeah, totally.
So today we're going through Energize. So why don't you kind of tell the people who may be tuning in, what the Energize experience should feel like when they're running?
Definitely. So Energize is my personal favorite. It should be bouncy and fun, springy. It's sort of that playful experience where you are still floating, you're still kind of protected from the ground, but you really get this beautiful, bouncy, fun running experience.
Awesome. Hi, Manuel. We are curious, what are your thoughts? Why should people be interested in Run Signature? What are the benefits? Kind of take us through why Run Signature is so important.
Yeah. So Run Signature is pretty unique in the market where we actually tailor the shoe that we're recommending based on the experience you are looking for.
Okay.
So it is definitely science-based as far as us figuring out biomechanics and all the things that go into creating a shoe. But to me, the most exciting thing is that the runner actually chooses the experience you're looking for.
Yeah.
So instead of us prescribing a specific shoe to you, we actually have a conversation with the runner. We see exactly what it is you're looking for on your daily basis. And then we give you recommendations and allow you to really experience what is truly the run you're looking for.
So it's a little bit more about the mood too, right? So runners can be in multiple categories. They don't have to stick in just one. But if you're just joining us, please feel free to ask questions as you're tuning in. We're talking about Run Signature, which is our new fitting philosophy here at Brooks that says no matter how you run, we have the perfect shoe for you and the experience that you like to have when you're running, because the most important thing is that you're comfortable and that you're enjoying your run. And so we have a shoe for you. And we have Bennett here. He's talking about Energize today. And we're just about to go through the Energize category. Bennett, how many shoes do we have in our Energize category?
So currently we have 2 shoes in the Energize category. We have the Launch, which is a neutral shoe, and we have the Ravenna, which is a support shoe. But coming in 2017, you're going to see a couple new models from us. I'm not going to go through any of them today, but what I can say is Energize is definitely a growing experience for the runner, and we're going to have some really fun stuff coming up.
So maybe we'll have you back on Facebook Live.
Maybe I'll be back in Facebook Live.
Ones.
I'd be happy to be here.
Okay, good. Well, let's go ahead and start. Do you want to start with the Launch?
Yeah, I'll start with the Launch.
Okay, you want me to grab the men's, you grab the
Sure,
ones?
sounds
okay.
good. So the Launch is one of our fastest growing shoes right now. It's a really fun, simple shoe, and I think that's one of the benefits to the runner, right?
Okay.
So it's $100. It's a really beautiful price point for us. It's a shoe that a lot of different types of people run in, from our elite athletes to the everyday runner.
Yep.
And there's just something beautiful about creating a shoe that works for people that way. So it really starts with the upper. It's a really simple upper. We have really breathable, open mesh design here. So you get this really beautiful, breathable experience. But where the bounce and the spring really comes in is what's happening underneath your foot. So I'm going to start from the heel and work my way up,
Okay.
and really describe what it is you're experiencing. So in the heel here, we use a really strong, high abrasion rubber. The reason for that is you're going to come down on the heel. Most people do, not everybody, but most people come down here. And then one of the things that really makes the Launch run so well is this transition zone. So we have ground contact for the entire part of your transition. So again, you're going to go heel, transition through the forefoot. You get this really beautiful lay down experience. So you have
Okay.
ground contact the whole time. And then where the springiness really comes in is these 3 rows of rubber you see here. So this is actually a blown rubber, and what blown rubber does is it adds that really bouncy, springy feeling.
Okay.
And so when you're toeing off, when you're actually pushing off of the ground, you get this really springy bounce feeling, propelling you forward and really giving you that fun experience.
Awesome. And you said that the Launch is in the neutral category.
Correct. So this is a neutral, energized shoe from Brooks.
Awesome. So if you're just joining us, we have Bennett here, and we're going through the Energized category on our Run Signature Fitting Philosophy. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment or just say hello. We'll be talking through the Ravenna next. Do you want to go ahead and...
Yep. Let's talk about the Ravenna.
Okay. You got mine?
Yeah.
Cool.
So the Ravenna is $120, and it is created for a support shoe, but the experience itself is really similar to what you're getting in the Launch. So the goal for us in Run Signature is to create shoes that give the same type of running experience, whether you're a neutral runner or a support runner.
Okay.
So Ravenna, what you're going to see here is still a simple design, but there's a little bit more going on in the upper. So we have these really beautiful adjustable saddle pieces. So that's both on the inside and the outside, so medial and lateral side of the shoe. And they actually adjust when you tighten the laces. So you can see here, when you pull on the laces, it's going to squeeze that arch. So you're going to get a beautiful saddle fit. And what that does for the support runner is it gives you that really locked in feeling, and it feels structured and supportive on the upper.
Okay.
So when you look at the bottom, it has a really similar language to what you see in the Launch, just done in a little bit of a different way. So in the heel, we're going to utilize that same type of rubber. So it's a high abrasion, so it's going to last a long time for when you're coming down on your heel frequently. And then you have this beautiful transition zone again. And in the Ravenna, we actually start the blown rubber in the transition zone.
Okay.
And so it's really aiding in that bounce really early on in that process. And then instead of having just the rows like we do in the Launch, we have a really segmented area here where you get a lot of the blown rubber. And the idea behind that is that sits right underneath the joint by your big toe.
Oh.
So think about your big toe and what's underneath it.
Okay.
And that's actually where you spend most of the time in your running cycle.
Got it.
So you're toeing off, and we want to give you as much bounce as possible in the areas that you're spending the longest time.
Awesome.
So you get a really cool, bouncy, springy feeling. And then what's different in a support shoe is what's happening not only in the upper here for support, but also what's happening here. So we have a higher density foam here in our DRB.
Okay.
And what that does is it allows the body to, when you start to have a higher eversion rate or a higher pronation rate, your body feels that foam and helps it really toe off and get through the gait cycle a little bit faster.
Awesome. Well, before we kind of look at the differences, I think it would be helpful to look at the differences at the bottoms. Ryan, there was a question. What is our question?
Can you wear these shoes on road and trail?
Yeah, absolutely. Depending on how rocky or how crazy of a terrain you're running in, most of our shoes are going to work pretty well for a hybrid type running. So on-road, off-road is pretty easy, unless you're doing something like Mount Rainier or you need a really technical shoe. Definitely a shoe that'll work well for roads and trail.
Awesome. So why don't you go ahead and grab the Launch,
Be happy to.
and let's just look here. I'll hold the Ravenna. Oh, well, you're going to need to point out the differences.
Okay.
So I'll hold the Ravenna. Why don't you kind of talk through, because you mentioned the segments were different, so why don't you just kind of talk through the differences one more time with a visual?
Definitely. So the main difference that you're going to see here is the way we're doing the transition zone and the way we're doing the blown rubber application is a little bit different. So in the launch here, we have a really smooth transition zone where you just get really simple rubber that allows you to toe off the ground and get through the gate process a little better. On the Ravenna, you're going to see a little bit more of an opening here. The reason for that is it allows it to splay out and kind of start the bounce process a little bit early. So in pairing with a support structure like this, it helps you get that bouncy feeling earlier.
Got it.
And then where the blown rubber is, so in the launch, again, so for a neutral runner, there's more of a chance for them to be running on any part of that surface. You see people that run out here, you see people that run in here, and you see people run here. So we wanted to give you that blown rubber experience throughout that entire part of the shoe.
Okay.
And then on the Ravenna, you do have blown rubber everywhere, but we are really focused on what's happening underneath. It's the met head, so what's underneath the big toe joint. Because when somebody is a higher overpronator, they tend to run a little bit more on the inside of their foot.
Okay.
And so we're helping that bounce feeling happen earlier on for those types of runners.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if you're just joining us, we're here with Bennett. We're talking through Run Signature, specifically the Energized category. And Run Signature is the new fitting philosophy from Brooks that we've been taking a deep dive on the past month, almost 5 weeks now. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. And there is one, right as I'm saying that. Ryan, what is the question?
Can you remind the audience which shoe is support and which one is for neutral?
Definitely. So Launch is our neutral Energize experience. It's $100. And then the Ravenna is our support Energize, and it's $120.
Good?
Another question we have is, what's the best shoe for high arches?
Yeah, so it really depends on what experience you're looking for. So again, the beauty of Run Signature is you really get to tailor your running experience depending on what you're looking for. So we definitely recommend going to a specialty run account or some account that can truly look at your foot and help try on different shoes, and you'll see a shoe that works best for a high arch depending on kind of what you're looking for.
Another question we have is, what do you recommend on just the best way to size for a running shoe if you're new to running?
So if you can't hear the question was, what's the best way to size for a running shoe? Bennett, what is your answer?
Yeah, definitely. So you are going to typically move up about a half a size from your typical dress shoe or your typical road shoe when you're going to a running shoe. That isn't always the case because some shoes fit differently than others. Mm-hmm. So again, it never hurts to go and try on shoes. You know, there's beautiful stores in your area that will be more than happy to bring a couple different sizes out. But usually the rule of thumb is you're going to go up about a half a size in a running shoe.
Another question we have is, thanks for all the good questions.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can see them coming in. So many questions. Go ahead, Ryan.
Is the Launch a good shoe for training for a marathon?
Yeah, so the Launch is an amazing marathon shoe. It's actually the shoe that I ran my own personal marathon in, and also the shoe I did most of my training in. The reason it's a really good marathon shoe is it's still what we call a float shoe. So it's still a shoe that keeps you a little bit above the ground. You're still going to get beautiful support through it, but it feels bouncier and springier, and it really helps you feel kind of fast and keeping your run experience alive. So yeah, one of my favorite marathon training shoes in our line.
Yeah. Awesome. I think I saw a question on there that was the difference between the GTS 16 and the Ghost 9.
Yeah.
So can you walk us through, maybe it might be helpful, I'll grab a Ghost 9,
Yep.
and you want to grab an Adrenaline
GTS? Absolutely.
GTS? What did I say I was grabbing?
You're grabbing the best.
Okay. All right, so I have the Ghost in my hand, and you have the Adrenaline.
Yep.
And let's just really briefly talk through the fact that these are actually in a different category, right?
Correct.
So Bennett has been talking about the fact that we were talking through the Energize experience, but both of these shoes sit in the cushion experience.
Correct.
And they are both a neutral shoe? No, I have the neutral shoe, the Ghost 9, and you have the support shoe, correct?
Correct, yes. So, like she said, these are our cushion experience. So this is going to be more of a protecting, soft float running experience. The main difference between the Adrenaline and the Ghost is that this is a support shoe. The Adrenaline is a support shoe. The Ghost is a neutral shoe. And really where that comes in is what's happening on the medial or the inside part of your foot, and also what's happening below your foot. So what you see in the Adrenaline here is we have our PDRB, which is actually a dual density support structure.
Okay.
So you're going to get a higher density foam on the medial side of your foot compared to the Ghost, which is the same density of foam all the way around. So what that does is it creates a support structure for somebody that's going to overpronate during their running experience. And we also look all the way up the chain. So what's happening at the knee, what's happening at the shin. So you're going to see more support for somebody that is deviating from their natural running motion, where the Ghost is created a little bit more to just get out of the way of these neutral runners. So just soft float run experience.
So, and for those of us who kind of don't know the acronyms, you can see kind of the difference in the foam based off of the coloring of the Adrenaline, right? So
Correct.
we can kind of tell if you like put it a little bit closer.
Yeah. So what you're going to see here is this lighter purple color is the same density of foam all the way around the shoe. And then this darker purple and this green, these are different densities. So you're going to get, like I said, it's 3 different densities. So the light purple is a little bit softer, and then they get progressively more firm to allow for that support structure to work.
Awesome. And then on the Ghost, it's just the same all the way around.
On the Ghost, it's the same all the way around, and it's just soft, plush, beautiful, cushiony feeling.
Awesome.
Yep.
Any other differences we need to go through here?
There are other differences, but mainly it's coming from different material usage and stuff like that, but we built them differently biomechanically.
Awesome.
Is mainly the reason. Yep.
Cool.
Another question we have is, what other styles do you have similar to the Glycerin?
Similar to the Glycerin. Yeah, so the Glycerin is going to be our most highly cushioned running experience. So that is the premium shoe from us. It's soft, it's float, it's beautiful. We have a shoe with really similar experience for the support runner. So the Glycerin is a neutral, super cushioned shoe. And
grab 'em. I
its
think it might be
partner,
helpful.
its partner for the support runner would actually be the Transcend. And that is our most scientific, it is really cool, unique running shoe. So again, you're going to get beautiful soft laydown, but you have most of the science behind run signature, which is what we're here talking about, in the Transcend. So if you're a support runner, the Transcend is a beautiful shoe like the Glycerin. Or the step down from the Glycerin is the Ghost, which we were just talking about. So it's going to be a really similar experience to the Glycerin, just not quite as soft, not quite as plush, but still soft, cushioned running experience. Those would kind of be the 2 most close to the Glycerin that I would recommend.
Awesome. So if you're just joining us, we're here with Bennett. We're talking about run signature, and we're going through the Energize category. But we're getting a lot of questions about different categories as well,
Yeah.
which is great because one of the important things about run signature is that we don't believe that you only fit in one category. We believe that some days we want a Energize experience, and other days we might want a little bit more cushion, and that's totally fine. We have a shoe for you in every category. So if you have any questions across categories, feel free to ask, as this is kind of our last Facebook Live for a deep dive around run signature. And Ryan will let us know, or just comment to say hello, and most of all, thanks for joining. So there's a question.
One of the audience members was wondering, is the Energized category going to expand in the future? So I know you're excited about that.
Yeah, so currently in the Energized category, we have 2 shoes, the Launch and the Ravenna. And that's a neutral shoe in the Launch and a support shoe in the Ravenna. But going forward, and I can definitely say in 2017, you're going to see 2 new models from us. They are going to be even a more heightened running experience. So you're going to get bounce, you're going to get tons of energy. It is absolutely one of our fastest growing experiences for the runner. So you will definitely see us starting to expand going forward.
Awesome. Super exciting. The future. Sounds like we have exciting things to come.
We do. I'm more than happy to show you in the future.
Yay, another Facebook Live. Well, if there's not any other questions, we're going to go ahead. Oh, there is?
Yes.
Okay.
Another one we have, switching to GTS,
Yeah.
is, can you just explain the differences between the GTS and Transcend?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Let's grab, you want to hand me the purple one?
That is a really good question. So what you're seeing on the Adrenaline, we're going to start there. So this is one of the most important shoes in our line. It's a shoe that a lot of runners have found success in. So it is a cushioned shoe that's created with support structures that you've seen for a couple of years now. So we have like I said, we have 3 different densities of foam.
Yep.
And most of the support structure comes in on the medial side of the shoe. So again, cushioned, soft, most support coming from the medial side. Transcend is a shoe that's definitely really scientifically driven. So Run Signature has been about 5 or 6 years in the making. We spent a lot of time with professors all over the world, a lot of time with runners, and all of the science behind support goes into the Transcend. And so it's going to be super soft, cushioned. This is going to be the most cushioned experience for a runner that's looking for support. But the huge difference you're going to see is where the support structure comes in is actually all the way around the shoe. So we have technology called guide rails. And what you can see it here, it's that black stack on top of the white here. And what you're noticing is it goes all the way around the shoe. And so what we see through science is that runners don't only need support on the medial side.
Okay.
Some runners need support in the heel, and it's super nerdy and sciencey, but calcaneal movement, also you get a little bit of tibial rotation, so think about your shin moving and your knee adjusting.
Okay.
And all of those science comes into the Transcend. So we're looking all the way up the chain of the body, so not only the foot, which is how most support shoes are built, is looking at the foot. This is actually looking at the entire chain up through the knee. So you're going to get a little bit more of a scientific support story here with a more heightened cushioned running experience.
Awesome. And I can see a couple comments coming in about the dyad. And so
Yeah.
I was hoping you could kind of take us through the dyad just a little bit, because it's also in the cushion category.
Correct.
But it's more of a solution-based shoe, correct?
Right. Yep.
So why don't we just kind of talk about what type of solve we have with the dyad for
Great.
those who may be tuning in and interested in that specific silhouette.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, wait.
It's right here. Yeah, so the dyad, this is a really awesome shoe. It's a shoe, like Melissa said, it's a little bit more of a solution shoe. What she means by that is it's created really specifically for a couple reasons. So it is created for either somebody with a really flat foot. You definitely know if you have a flat foot, this is a shoe that fits really well for you. It's built on our linear platform, is what
Okay.
it's called. And that's created for somebody with a flat foot or somebody that wants to use an orthotic. So this is a really beautiful shoe for somebody that has a custom-made orthotic or some type of insert that a podiatrist has built for them. And the reason for that is it just fits really nicely in the shoe. We design it knowing that orthotics might be placed in it, or somebody that has a really flat foot.
Yeah, and I think, Danny, if you're still with us, I think this was your question. I kind of saw dyad come through, so it sounds like you were asking about flat feet, and I think this would be the perfect solution.
Absolutely, yeah, and beautiful, soft. This is probably one of the most comfortable shoes you slip on your foot, and beautiful for somebody with a flat foot.
Awesome. So if you're just joining us or you've been with us, you know that we're going through Energize, but we've kind of covered a lot of the different categories. So we're going to go ahead and bring on Julie, who is going to be our Energize demonstrator. Julie, why don't you join us? Say hi.
Hi, good morning. I'm
Need to
Julie.
there we go. That's Julie. All right. So, Julie, you run in the Energize category.
Yes, that's correct.
And what is your favorite shoe?
I love the Launch 3 personally. I'm wearing it. I don't know if you can see later. But I like it because I feel fast, quick on my feet, and it has a little bit of cushion, which is good because I need a little bit of that when I run, so it's the perfect shoe for me.
Awesome. And how many days a week are you running?
I'm probably about 4 to 5 days a week running in the Launch 3.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to make Julie do what we call the runner's catwalk, which is where she takes a nice little stroll back and forth and shows off her Launch 3. So Julie, Ryan's repositioning the camera.
All right.
You got to just take a little bit of a walk, show those babies off. Can you moonwalk?
Probably not. It's probably best that I don't.
Awesome. So we'll let Ryan kind of set the camera back down, get in screen a little bit closer. There we go. So how do you feel when you're walking in your Launch 3s?
I like it because they're pretty light on my feet and I still have a little bit of cushion, so I feel fast and I feel quick, and they're also very comfortable.
Awesome. So Ryan, do we have a couple more questions? I can see you ferociously writing.
No, we're actually pretty good.
Awesome. So if you're still with us, thank you so much for joining us on today's last Run Signature deep dive. We spent the last 4 weeks going through Run Signature with you all, which is our new fitting philosophy that says no matter how you run, we have the right shoe for you. Run Signature is something that we've invested a lot of time in here at Brooks, and it's something that we only see continuing forward and helping us build the best shoes for runners everywhere with help from experts like Bennett and awesome wear testers and real runners like Julie. So you'll hear us talking about it more in the future, and we hope that you've learned a lot about Run Signature and that you'll continue to follow us on all of our social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and Snapchat to see what the future may hold. So we're signing off here at Brooks. Have a great day.